Yo, what is up boys, my name is Daisy and today I will show you how you can get the best and most advanced legit external Fivem cheat on the market. This cheat offers a huge variety of features, for example the best legit bot I've ever seen on Fivem, a very clean ESP and a whole exploit section to troll your friends and be the best on the server. Okay, to get started just go to frostchanger.com, press sign in. Once you're logged in, head to applications, find Lucid and press get now. Once you've bought Lucid, press download for Windows. Okay, once you're done, run the loader, it will look like this. Head to library and just press the inject button. Then wait a few seconds and Lucid will load. Okay, and then the first thing you will notice is probably the very clean UI. Okay, I will now show you some customization, so if you're not into that, just skip to this timestamp, but we will focus on customization right now. As you can see, the menu is like kind of see-through, so if you don't like that, just go here and set the menu to like fully dark background. So here you can change the opacity. You can change the general theme color of the menu right here, so you just hit slider. And you can increase the intensity of those light rays. If you don't like it that much, just make it a bit smaller. Or you can make them very bright. I don't like it that bright, but I think this looks cool. We will also use... I think like this purple looks like a very decent color, so we will keep that. Also, if you don't like those light rays or they cause you some performance loss, you can just disable them and then you still have this clean menu. Same goes for this grid pattern, but I will keep both of those on. I like them. Okay, down here you can change the overlay FPS. As you can see, I can change it to like 300 and then the FPS will be 300, but I'll keep it at 120 since I have a 120Hz monitor. If you have like a 4K monitor, you can change your menu scaling right here. This will just make the menu a bit bigger. Okay, let's start off with the actual interesting parts in the menu. I will first guide you to the visuals page. As you can see, there's everything you need inside the visuals page. You can enable flags, like for example the distance the enemy is away, the weapon the enemy is holding, and a head circle on the ESP, so you will always know where to aim. You also have snap lines, a regular box ESP with cornered boxes as well. If you like it, you can fill those boxes, keep it 2D or make it a cornered box, but I will disable those both right now. You can change the max render distance for the ESP. You can also choose to show dead players or hide them, and show NPCs or don't show NPCs. You can of course customize the color for everything in this menu. You can, for example, change the general skeleton color of any enemy to, for example, red or pink, but I will keep those white for now. Also, as you can see, there's the health bar, and if you were wondering why there's two colors, you can set the first color to like a starting color of the health bar and the second color to a fading color. In my example, I use cyan and pink, and as you can see, this looks very, very clean. I've rarely seen that in any cheat menu, so I think it's very cool that they have this feature. Now you may be thinking, well, I want my health bar at the right side of the enemy, and they have of course thought about that. So right here you have the interactive ESP. You can just drag this health bar and drag it to the right side of the enemy or the left side or the top of the enemy, and it will just change to whatever you change it. I'll drag this back down, and I'll also like my name below the health and armor bar, so I think this is a pretty cool combo. Okay, and I think this is pretty much it for the visuals, but we will move on to the aimbot. And I can tell you this aimbot is by far the best aimbot I've ever seen in an external Fivem cheat. Right here you have the aimbot hotkey. You can just right click it and change between toggle aimbot or hold aimbot. You can check for the visibility of the enemy. So for example, give me a second. So if I now go down here, for example, the enemy is no longer visible, and as you can see, the aimbot doesn't lock on at all. Okay, now that I'm back up here, I can show you the rest. You can choose to target dead players. You also have a selection for what the aimbot should target first. So if the enemy is closest to your crosshair, has the highest distance, or just has the highest priority, which basically means there's regular players that are alive, then there's regular players that are dead, then there's NPCs and so forth. Also, you have the target bone, which you can set to head, neck, chest, and stomach. You have the aimbot smooth, so if you set it down to this, it will aim smoothly for the enemy head. And if you set it down to like 0, it will just lock on. You can also customize the FOV in the X and the Y axis, but I'll keep it like that. You can use a square FOV if you like that. And you can use a dynamic FOV, which basically just means that the FOV will scale by distance. So if the enemy is far away, the FOV will get smaller, and if he's close to you, it will get bigger. Okay, but now to the part you've all been waiting for. It's the humanization aimbot. That's the legit what I've been talking about. So you can right here set the humanization, and you have a ton of options, as you can see right here. So first I will drag down the smoothness a little bit, and then as you can see here, you can set a horizontal and a vertical smoothness. And you may wonder, what is this? So the horizontal axis is just when the seeing enemies moving like left to right. And as you all know, everyone in Fivem is like always speed boosting and moving left to right. So it's pretty likely that you will have to set a higher smoothness for this than when the enemy is vertical. So when he's going like up and down, because this like rarely ever happens in Fivem. So you can set the smoothness for this pretty high. The cheat also has a micro jitter, so if you enable it and aim at an enemy head, you can see it just like jiggles a little bit around. The higher you put the micro jitter, the faster and more intense it will get. This just makes it harder like for the anti-cheat and just looks more legit in clips. Okay, moving on to my favorite feature I've rarely seen in any 5M cheat. It's the overshoot. So if you set it to 100 and just look at an enemy, you can see it like moves past the head a little bit and then corrects with your actual aims moving. So it looks like actual human mistake while you're aiming, and it's not just like you are always being right on the head exactly. You can add a reaction delay for the aimbot. So if I set it to 200 milliseconds, it will be 2 seconds delay. So if I press the button now, you can see it takes a while. But to be actually useful, I would set it to like 60 milliseconds, so it makes it more believable that you didn't like instantly see the enemy and just reacted to them being on your monitor. And for the final option, we have a humanization curve, which basically means that the aimbot will lock on in a curve and not like actually like straight to the head. As you can see, it locks on in like this little curve right here. You can set the intensity of this curve. So for example, can make it like way more intense and lock real slow, or you can just make it really fast. Okay, and I will make myself a decent legit config right now, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've made myself a decent config. If you want to use this config, just copy everything right here. I will give you a second. And as you can see, it now looks pretty slow. I will just hop into a 1v1 and then we will see how it does in an actual fight. Okay, we've actually found our enemy. Also keep in mind that this legit bot is meant to support you while playing the game and not aim for you. If you want an aimbot to actually aim for you and not just support you like an aim assist, you can just use the regular aimbot. It works the same way, but it's just like way more ragey. Okay, my last enemy actually just gave up, so we're back right here. Oh, anyways, we still won, so... Yeah, you can definitely tell that this cheat was made by PvP players for other PvP players. It's meant to like give you a little support while playing the game and not play the game for you. But I will show you in a second that this cheat can also play the game for you. Because as you can see, there's not only aimbot and humanization up here, but there's a silent aim as well. So you can just set it just like you set the aimbot. I will use the same aimbot hotkey, and we can also enable magic bullet. As you can see, they have a hit chance, so this basically means if it's at 100, every bullet would hit. If it's at 50, then every second bullet would hit. And if it's at 10, every 1 in 10 bullets would hit. So you can customize it to be decently legit, I guess. And you can like actually make great use of the dynamic FOV when using the silent aim. But I will also hop right into a game to show you this. Okay, I've just went into a game to show you that the silent aim and the magic bullet work perfectly fine. As you can see, this is the silent aim, it's set at 100. Also, you can just use the magic bullet and shoot through any buildings. But they also have a lot of weapon customization. So for example, I can just use the explosive fist, or I can't use it here because I can't use my fist. Okay, I've just now enabled explosive ammo. And as you can see, my bullets now explode when hitting the enemy. As you can see, they also have fire ammo, no recoil, no spread, everything like that. Okay, they also have like an entire exploits tab, so you have a lot of vehicle exploits right here. You can TP to your own waypoint, you can destroy vehicles, TP vehicles to you, shoot your vehicles in form of a cannon. Also, you can repair every vehicle, and you have like a handling editor, which, let me just disable anti-untrusted. This handling editor will make you able to change the acceleration, brake force, and traction curve of any vehicle you're sitting inside. They have a whole player mods panel, so you can enable God mode, infinite stamina, super jump. So for example, I can just jump very, very high. We have no ragdoll, no collision, and you can shrink yourself. It looks a bit scuffed because like I have this weird like headwear on. You can also no clip, so you can just fly through the whole map how you want. Also, you can shoot while flying. You can bind the no clip to any key at a no clip speed. You can use a custom FOV. So if you like this view, you can just like fight every enemy like this. But I'll turn it off. You also have a health key and an armor key. You can just press it and regain all your health or armor. And if an admin freezes you, you can just unfreeze yourself right here. They have an entire config system, so you can share configs, create configs, save, load, and delete them. For example, I can just use my one-shot config, and as you can see, it will change everything up. And then I have a different config loaded. I have a body shot config. I have like 5 running configs. Oh, that was my no-clip bind in this config, but yeah. Okay, and for the last thing, you can unload the cheat right here. This is more like of a panic key, so if an admin TPs you, you can just unload the cheat and it will be gone entirely. As you can see, I don't have any ESP anymore. I cannot see the enemy. Damn, I'm cracked. Okay guys, that is it for the showcase. Thank you so much for watching. Also, if you're interested in making media for this cheat, I've heard they're always looking. So just join the Discord in bio and we will see.